videos.
Okay.
How was
It's just not saving VODs. That's all.
But it has to, man.
How to set Twitch
That's not
to
where I want to
save
go.
VODs.
Oh.
Hey, look, there we are.
VOD storage.
It's amazing how well this whole streaming thing works when you put in the right address. That's nice. That's cool. Not that anyone's here to hear that, but oh wait.
Enabling VOD storage. I thought that it was set up for that. Oh, because it only saves them for a week. But let me make sure that they're set up because we're not affiliate or anything like that.
Oh.
Shit, should we be dumping these into the goddamn YouTube thing then?
I think I have it where I have to go in and do it each week, but
Oh, we can't look at it now.
Oh, man.
So
let me make sure that that is enabled.
everyone, tell your friends we're live now.
Stream settings.
He told him
That's good.
another time.
Wow, that didn't take you long. It took me last time. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, yeah, we do have it set to store them, but of course they're only going to last for so long.
No, the internet's forever, man. People tell me that all the time.
And then I'll just leave a tab open to remember to go to it each week after the show.
Like, only half of your face is in the video because she's gone.
Yes.
Moved you. That's funny.
Yeah, so whenever she does that, that's what happens. And I need to set this up to where...
And that's
yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to put on the starting soon screen for
Looking
now.
like you're going to like an old Vincent Price movie.
Little bit. Okay, so content.
House on Haunted Hill.
Okay, so I will... Wait, your VOD storage settings are changing September 1st. Huh?
December 1st.
Oh, okay, that was 2022. Past broadcasts will be stored for 7 days instead of 14.
Wow.
For streamers who are not partner, affiliate, Amazon Prime members, or Twitch Turbo users.
I like how we're keeping this true to podcast roots and that we have a general idea of when we're going to start.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Now, so Terry, whenever you're doing that, what are you leaving the call and rejoining, or what's happening?
What, earlier?
Yeah, like just 10 seconds ago.
Cycling through, it would put me in and kick me out and put me in and kick me out.
Oh, okay.
We're leaving the call.
Well,
Not manually.
Yeah, not manually. So that's what I was asking. Okay, so if it's just a thing that's happening, then okay. Because if you're doing it on purpose, please stop. But since it's something that you're not controlling, it's all good.
Oh, no. It was cycling and I couldn't get it to stop until I eventually got it to stop doing it.
When you're gone, it shifts Rich over and half of his face disappears.
No. I was not continuously leaving the meeting.
Okay. Yeah, because basically the way it's set up, it's individual captures of the each of our faces. It's individual captures of the Zoom window. It's not just one full one because there's different sizes and stuff, and so that way I could make sure that the logo's on and our names and all that jazz. So whenever that happens, it
I closed the browser.
Yeah, it gets a little wonky. So I will be setting it up for 3 people. The one that I have is just a little off. So
yeah, damn it. So who are you firing?
Nobody.
People.
Me, he told me this morning he was firing
I
me.
didn't even know.
No.
She just brought a show to us, man. We've got a new show with her. You can't get rid of her.
Now it's a thing set up for it. So Terry, do you know how to turn that off? Because it just did it again.
Oh my God, did she freeze?
Yeah, I think she's just having some problems there. So here's what I'm going to do. I can adjust this easily.
Okay. All right, that looks good. Oh, wait. Now you covered you. Okay. Oh, you want to be on top? Fine. Cool.
There we go. And
Sitting in the room with the router.
Hmm?
She's sitting in the room with the router.
Right. Is she being kicked off the internet or is she being kicked off
No.
Zoom?
I don't know. But if she's being kicked off Zoom, isn't that still an internet issue? I don't know.
Or it could be Zoom.
No, it could be a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it, Zoom, we pay for this.
Okay.
And thank you, Patreon folks, for giving us the ability to do things like this. We've really appreciated it on Jackbox nights.
All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a minute here and
Sure. Oh, the Vincent Price movie. Okay.
go to
Oh, just a sliver of your face now. Nice.
group.
Thank you for everyone who's stopping in for the first time tonight. Go, hey, what do these guys do? No, we know what we're doing. We swear. It's just something strange.
Seriously.
Something very strange is happening.
I drink and I know things.
Okay, well, I just saw that she said my computer's acting up beyond shortly, but I don't know if that was from when she first
That
got...
was before. That was before.
Never mind then.
Just let me make sure I've got.
Okay,
good.
let's see what happens.
There we go. All right. So if she pops back in, I can go ahead and switch over
An
and.
issue or a Zoom issue for you?
I just restarted my computer again, and everything seemed to go a lot faster. So I think it was that I let my battery get too low on my computer. I don't know. I've never seen it do that before.
Okay, then.
My car did something weird the other day too. I mean, it's just like weird electrical things that have been happening. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. It happens.
That's okay.
Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm okay.
Look at all this bonus before time we have for the Patreon folks. Hey now.
January was a sucky month, so I'm kind of glad it's over.
Yeah.
Goodbye, January. You were not nice to me. You can go.
Are we recording?
Oh,
We're streaming.
recording?
Yeah.
Oh, we're streaming. Okay.
are recording.
I was just going to say, I mean, 2024 better turn itself around, or I'm going to stop this car and take us back to 2023.
Wow.
Gonna unsubscribe.
That's right.
Yeah. You still look like you're feverishly working on something, Rich.
Yep. Getting us set up so that way if Terry keeps having having computer issues.
I thought she restarted, man. Come on, you gotta believe. Why don't you believe, man?
And then
Well, I have everything else closed out. It seems this is the longest it's held for a while, so I'm feeling
You haven't
optimistic.
frozen.
But yes,
Yeah,
thank you
it doesn't
for
look
your
like you're
backup
possessed anymore.
contingency stuff.
It was
But
so
yeah.
great because last time Rich said, she's like, hey, did it happen again? And you were sitting there like,
I don't know. Did it?
frozen. It was great. It took us a moment to realize you weren't about to come up with a great answer. It's just a moment.
okay.
Hey.
Just about. Yeah. Everything's not centered the way it needs to be, but on the fly, this works really well. So.
Neither am I.
There we go. Good enough. All right.
All right.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Well then, since I've had all this extra time to think, the year is 1/12 over. It's GRD SWeekly.
Yay! It is, isn't it?
Because it's officially been proclamated that January, kind of in a not good way, did the suckage. I'm just saying that's the word on the street. That's what the cool kids are saying. Welcome to GRD SWeekly episode number
306?
Yeah, look at there. Woo!
Nice.
Yay!
Coming old hat now. I guess we'll have to stop for another year and a half and see what the hell happens. The folks that'll be bringing things to you this fine evening. The lady who is firm but fair, that there is the flinstress.
Just because you have an idea does not mean you know how to properly execute it.
point. The woman who will make things very clear for you, that there is Carol the Cat.
If there's one thing you should know by now, it's to stay out of my room!
The man who is trying very hard for Parent of the Year, that's podcaster Drew Siegfried.
Thanks, Dad. You're the best pimp I'm ever gonna have.
I've been waiting to hear those words all my life.
And me, I'm the guy who tries to stay positive. I'm the wonderful Billy Flynn.
Can't rain all the time.
It can't. What happened, Geeky, yo?
Ooh. Well, let's see. We watched the movie Wish. This was the new Disney movie that has, I guess maybe it's technically still in the theaters, and it's come to like streaming if you pay for it. You know, it's like that level because we go movie theater, then we go pay for it in streaming, then we go free with streaming. But we don't pay for it. But you know what I mean. But yeah, Chris Pine is the main like male voice in this, and I mean, I don't know, I guess MJ had wanted to see it because I guess there was a lot of like ads for it, but it wasn't that I didn't particularly care for it. I don't know, the music wasn't that great. Like it was just kind of there.
It looked really bland to me. I haven't seen it, but it looked really bland.
So weird. Like the opening thing is a woman singing and setting up the entire town, and I'm like, oh, it's the White Encanto. Okay. All right.
And
I see.
Blanco.
She's not white, but she's not exactly. They never really specify. What did you say?
I said en Blanco.
Oh.
Nice.
that nebulous whitish people that Disney movies generally are when it's a faraway.
Well, these people were like vaguely brown, but they just never really said where. They gave them a faintly Middle Eastern, like in the
Somewhere
architecture.
I'm vaguely brown. That doesn't help.
No. I don't know. And I was gonna say something else and I lost it. Dang it.
I was just gonna say that's fine. So whatever he does is okay with me.
Oh, no surprise whatsoever that the best part of the whole movie is Alan Tudyk, who voice acted the like goat or whatever, the little
Goat.
pet. But
He's a goat. In the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, and he's fabulous as Valentino the goat, as he is in everything that he touches.
That Mickey Mouse picnic basket with the hand popcorn bucket we had. They were also selling a popcorn bucket of the goat from Wish, which Melody almost wanted to start with. We're like, you haven't even seen the movie.
I know, we're like, you can't get a
You can-
bucket for a character. It could be a jerk.
don't even know who the character is. Turns out
No, if we had known at the
idea.
time if that was Alan Tudyk.
I had the cool hand though. So
It is pretty cool. It is really, really cool. So I don't know. It just seemed like it was like a filler movie. Like that's not going to be anybody's favorite movie. I just can't see that happening. And Chris Pine was chewing up scenery. I mean, he
had
having a great time.
so much fun in this movie.
He had a blast doing this movie. I'd love to see, you know how they'll show like voice actors in the studio doing their thing and being all animated. I bet he was all over the place.
Now, something that is kind of interesting and funny if you're paying attention is how they point out all the other Disney things.
Right. Like Wishing Upon a Star.
There's even a bippity boppity boop kind of thing.
Uh,
He even says "mirror, mirror on the wall" at one point. So there is some stuff in here. It's just not a great movie.
yeah, it's just clumsy, you know, and there was no surprise, and I don't know. It's just
You mean
It was
the good
there.
guy wins in a Disney movie? No.
it was just there. We also have pretty much mainlined Only Murders in the Building has been our number one like go-to show. Season 2 was pretty great.
Got to finish season 3 still. Got to finish season 3.
I called season 2. I wrote it down.
You did.
I wrote it down in his email. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know who it is this time.
And they really made us want to think that it was Cinda Canning, you know, like hard,
Mhm.
right?
Got me questioning myself. And I'm like, no, I believe.
Right, and that's why. So we're midway through season 3, right? Is that where we are now? And so it's like, I don't know. It's like they're leaning hard that it's Loretta, or it really could be his brother. You know what I mean? Like there's some good, strong candidates for suspects here. I don't know.
What character have we seen 3 times? Because that's the one.
Right. Well, then there's, and like I said, I mean, you know, all of this discussion is moved as soon as we watch the next however many episodes. But like, it's fascinating because he died twice, and Ben Glenroy died twice, and so it's like, you know, there's a strong argument for the person who tried to kill him the first time came back to finish the job and it's the same suspect? Or isn't it fascinating that it could be two totally different people who it was like after he survived the first one and then he came back is when they realized, oh, I really hate him too. And then there could be two completely, totally separate suspects. I don't know.
Mhm.
I do just wholeheartedly love this show.
Which of the Pickwick triplets did it? Which, by the way, the soundtrack is on Apple and many other streaming services, I'm sure.
And it has the Matthew Broderick version.
I don't know actually, but I do know that they've got the Steve Martin stuff. So they actually,
That's where we are. That's where we are.
they actually made the full version. No, I think they gave him the Eric Stoltz treatment, so I don't think he actually appears in it.
We're like
Funny.
halfway through season 1, and she's like, "Where's the actual podcast they do? Why can't we hear the?"
Yeah, I was like, they should have released that.
That would be cool.
I-
There are
That would be
podcasts
cool.
about the show,
Mhm.
like people doing,
Their
you know,
actual show
their
would
pod.
here.
Yeah.
There
Probably,
definitely should be an Only Murders in the Building podcast.
yes.
just
They
with
probably,
the actors doing the podcast.
right? They probably didn't want to have to pay them for that as well.
Extra.
Truth.
Yeah.
They're the executive producer. They're just paying themselves. What are they?
Right.
No. Different acting because different platforms then, because it would have to go out on podcasting, which would fall under a different one
They'll
than
just
like
do
a
the
musical
Creative Commons
soundtrack.
license 3.0s.
Yeah,
The podcast anyway.
that's what they're gonna
Yeah,
do.
that's true. That's true.
Those kids out there
but
playing their
that's
Donkey
highly-
Kong and Dan Fogelberg music.
highly enjoyable. I also started watching Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney Plus. Go ahead, Flynn.
No, this is perfect because this ties in. And I come in last night, and an episode hits the end, and they're running the credits. Do you know what song they run in the closing credits
For Percy Jackson?
for the Percy Jackson show? I don't know if I don't think they did
Not
this.
every episode. It was related to that episode.
This one episode. Do you know what the closing theme was?
It's Raining Men.
It was Arthur's theme by Christopher Cross.
Wow.
Because
When
they
Percy
were in
Jackson
New York
gets
City.
drunk.
It was somewhere. It was caught between the moon and New York
were
City.
caught
That
between the moon and
it
New
was
York
only
City.
for that line.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know it's crazy, but it's true.
I just didn't realize that Chris Cross was such a huge Dudley Moore fan.
Well, you also have to realize the power that is Christopher Cross, the first person to win all the major categories of the Grammys.
Oh, you say Christopher Cross? I was thinking Chris Cross, like the kids who
no,
wore
no.
the pants
No,
backwards. I was
yeah.
very
Jump,
confused.
Jump.
But I had a trivia question recently about Christopher Cross being that person, and the clue that I played was Jump Jump by Chris Cross.
Wow. See, you just Mandela affected a whole room full
I think
of
so.
people.
But I loved him as Whistler and Blade.
Yeah, when they were like -2 doing the Arthur theme, they were awesome.
Wow. But anyway,
Christopher
wholeheartedly love
Cross is
that.
also the only person that looks like each member of Tenacious D, depending on which stage of life he's in.
Yes.
Well, the real question is which stage of Jack Black at which time also. Because not just the Kyle Gass.
Obviously, the younger Chris Cross is more Jack Black, but the older one is absolutely.
Yep.
Telekinesis, Kyle. Yeah, and I'm enjoying Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I've only watched the first couple episodes, but like the main actor kid is just a real actual kid. Like his voice kind of cracks and stuff. So he's, you know how they always cast like a 24-year-old or whatever as the role of the kid, but he's an actual kid. And some of the other kids,
Teenager.
some of the other kids are not very good actors. And I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed the books. I'm going to finish watching it. It's fun. I'm also sort of screening it to see if like MJ could handle it, right? If it's like too scary for her. But we'll see. I mean, you know, the special effects are pretty good, and it's not as, I did not enjoy the movie, but I also did the thing where like I had just read the book before the movie, and I feel like for me, if there's some distance between those two, because my memory is not that great. So like if it's been a while since I've read the book, then I'm generally a little bit more like forgiving with the movie. I don't know about y'all, but like if I've just read the book and then I see the movie, all I can do is like pick apart, oh, that part's different. Oh, that part's different.
That will help every movie except for Aragon.
Right, because that one was terrible.
I think The Eye of
That's
Aragon
my
was
vote.
better, wasn't it?
Oh Lord.
Funny. That's my vote for worst like book adaptation of all time. I think a lot of people's vote. Yeah, really terrible. Really, really terrible. Let's see what else on my list. Flynn, even though you offered to watch it with me, I watched over the span of 2 days because I broke it up. I watched Next Goal Wins. So that's Taika Waititi. It's a
TDs, yeah.
soccer movie. Michael Fassbender. He goes. He's like disgraced coach, and he goes to coach America Samoa, and it's got that Taika Waititi humor, but without like the like raunchiness. It's like toned down or whatever. And he's only the narrator. He's not, an actor in the. So he's in the movie, but he's not really like in the movie. So, but they all have that accent, that like Polynesian, New Zealand sort of like accent. So it's just delightful to listen to them talk. Reese Davies even has, is that his name? Did I get it right?
Darby's? Reese Darby?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I was close.
Reese Darby.
Davies Darby, yeah.
I was close. I
The
was close.
swearwolf.
Has a little cameo, of course, because they're all like in the same thing. I didn't see, the guys from like Jermaine or anybody from what do you call it? The Flight of the Concords. I almost said the Flying Concords. Anyway, but like, you saw a lot of the same like people who always have cameos in their movies. Will Arnett was in it randomly. I mean, it was really pretty.
Well,
it was cute.
He was in Our Flag Mean Death randomly as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Selling Reese's.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like it was good, but it wasn't like top 10 or whatever of like his work by any means. I think like when he can be more raunchy and kind of like edgy is when he really shines. I think can kind of go out there a little bit with the violence and the sexual related humor. So it was fun, but it was just kind of blah.
Well, if it helps, they actually used Michael Fassbender to measure out the marks on the field.
He is tall. Yeah. And
he's also
Once Upon a Time was kind of on my like hall pass list.
Have that.
Fair enough.
It's the jaw. Yep. But not so much. I don't mean to be ageist, but more so when he was younger.
Wow.
That's how it is.
Wow. In 2024.
No. You said something slightly derogatory about Justin Hartley being older, and I'm like, you shut the hell up. That's Justin Hartley.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still we're not kick. I mean, we do whatever with him whenever. But I mean, was he more attractive 20 years ago? Yes, he was.
I've got witnesses. She said that. Everyone remember that.
Weren't we all, Terry?
Yeah,
weren't we all?
Well, I know. I'm just saying. I'd rather do me from 20 years ago too.
Y'all remember when I was skinny? Jesus.
God, I'd rather be me from 20 years ago.
Right? Knowing what I knew now.
Ew, me 20 years
Except
ago.
the knees
Not a
from
fan.
20 years ago.
Yeah. God, Rich, we've known you for 20 years.
No.
Right?
Eh?
Oh, yeah.
I've known you for 20 years, so they have to have known you for 20 years.
Really? Wow. I guess so.
See, you keep thinking GRD. You got to remember Geek Label.
No, that's true.
So there's a couple years before all this shit we've done.
I remember I used to come to conventions before I was even a part of the podcast.
You made a goddamn Talk Like a Pirate Day promo for us.
Yeah. Oh, no. I remember all that. It just doesn't seem right that it was 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago.
We didn't start doing this in the 1990s.
I
What are you talking about?
1994.
I stopped working at that radio station right about 20 years ago now. So yeah, it was.
Wow. Jesus Christ, what the hell are we doing with our
They're
lives?
filming us.
We're still here.
Anyway, and then I'm going to end with our kid is pretty great and geeky too. So not only did she just get Student of the Month today, but she got straight A's again for the quarter, and she was the best out of all of her teammates at the math competition that she had. It's called Math 24, and you get 4 numbers, and you have to try to use any math combination to equal 24. So it could be like
Go ahead.
8, 3, 5, and 5. Right? 8, 3, 5, and 5.
5 minus 5 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 0 is 24. Boom.
Right. So
See,
you have to
Billy
get
remembers
24.
that because that was the combination on the locker he kept getting stuffed into.
But anyway, so you all like you put your hand on the mat and you have to like buzz in to like be the fastest one.
Wow.
And you can spell out how you do it.
No.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she crush you playing this game?
I wouldn't say crush, but she did. She did actually beat me.
Victorious in this.
She did actually beat me.
Her and I, we tied. I had to work my ass off to tie her. She's real good at this, man.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
because Flynn's mental math is pretty good for your average adult, So, yeah, she definitely beat me at the game. So,
Pretty cool. Yeah.
But anyway, that was really fun and kind of geeky. And so, for all the geeky kids out there, remember we rule the world, geeks and nerds. So keep it up. And yeah, that has been my geeky week.
Yay.
I'll go next. First off, an apology. January sucked, and I haven't been able to upload anything because real life got in the way, and January sucked.
Stuff was. I was like,
F you, January.
she explained it last time, and it wasn't.
It was all I could do to get through the last 2 weeks. Trust me. So totally geeky things I did. We went through applications for Con Carolinas and the Geekery Market. So we made a lot of people really happy and a lot of people really sad. Sorry about that if you didn't get into either of them. On the media front, I finished my complete rewatch of the Venture Brothers. I do think this show got very problematic around season 5, particularly with Sergeant Hatred. But it righted itself in 6 and 7, and the end movie, Radiant is the Baboon's Heart, ends it on a nice note. It ends it on a nice note, so I'm okay with the entire series. It never reached the high of the first 2 seasons, but it righted itself in the end. So
That's good.
Because it was
Sergeant Hatred storyline was just like, oh guys, what are you doing?
It's because it was right at that time. If you look, Archer came out and they were kind of coasting for a little while, and then Archer came up and ate their lunch. And then people were like, nah, we don't care anymore. And I think there was like a big delay in the seasons, and they were like, okay, we need to step up our game again. Jeez.
Yeah. So it ended on a good note. And then I started watching Has Been Hotel, which is on Amazon Prime. It's an adult animated series. It's
very
a musical.
Adult.
It's actually kind of fun. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but it's about a hotel in hell. Apparently Lucifer and Lilith got together and had a kid, and she opens a hotel, and it's actually really fun. So I do recommend that.
I haven't watched the
remake of Faulty Towers yet.
No, not yet.
I haven't seen the you said Netflix or Amazon Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's Amazon Prime. I haven't seen that, but my kids showed me the YouTube series when it first came out, and it was way too good for just somebody doing it and putting it on YouTube. So when I heard that they actually got a deal to put it on, to make a full series, I was super stoked, because I'm like, just these short bits and stuff are really good. Can't wait to see it in a longer form. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So I do recommend that. And then of course the Oscar nominations came out last week. So I've been watching some movies that have been nominated that I hadn't seen before. Not all of these are geeky, but I'm going to run through them. I watched Society of the Snow, which is another movie about that 1973 airplane crash in the Andes, where they ended up eating the dead bodies because they were
when in Rome.
Because they had to. Right. They had to. It's a good movie, but it's just kind of rehashing stuff I already knew. So
should have just had a Spinwinkly day.
Not exactly a fun way to spend a Saturday night.
Yeah, it's way too long, in my opinion. I will say they don't they're not gratuitous with the cannibalism. I'm saying that.
Carol, it may have felt long to you, but I bet the people actually went through it. It felt pretty long too.
Much longer.
Yeah.
It was much longer.
You're sitting there with your hot cocoa and your Snuggie.
Sitting there with my wine and my cheese tray while they're eating the co-pilot.
Can we just get to the eating people already?
There's one left. I want breakfast.
Well, I don't want butt.
That is what they first went for.
You're a butcher.
I mean, look, I suppose it depends on who it is. Some people are just going to have a probably juicier butt, and so that's where you'd want to start.
I have no problem going with rump roast for Rosario Dawson.
See, there you go. There's some.
So I watched that, and then I watched Naiad, which scored a nomination for Annette Bening and Jodie Foster. It's a biopic of Diane Naiad. It's fine.
Oscar bait.
It's kind of like this Disney movie.
It was very much Oscar bait. I like Annette Bening, I truly do, and it's her and Jodie Foster. They can't turn in bad performances, but there was the way it's directed. Like every 10 minutes, they're just doing static shots of Annette Bening staring at the camera in close up, and it's like, yes, you hired an age-appropriate actress. Good for you. Do you want a pat on the head and the cookie? What do you want?
An Oscar nomination.
Really repetitive. Well, they got it because I totally would have nominated Margot Robbie over Annette Bening. Sorry, Annette Bening. She's not a bad actress, but this movie did nothing for me. It took me like 3 days to get through it. Then I watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
You think those
Part
people
1.
that were on the mountain in the Andes had a long time?
I suffered through Naiad, people. So I watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1,
Ooh.
and it was a Mission Impossible movie.
Hell yeah.
Great stunts and
the theme music. Yeah.
outrageous
I
plot.
really
I'm not
enjoyed that. The
Bit,
first one.
bit, bit,
Yeah,
bit,
it's-
bit, bit, bit. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Bit, bit, bit. Like, is it's streaming now?
It's good, but
Yeah.
it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, dope. Gotta watch it.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's a Mission Impossible movie, so you watch those for the stunts, and the stunts are very good. And then I watched Nimona, which I absolutely loved, which is on Netflix, up for Best Animated Film. I'm sure people are outraged about it because two guys kiss. Oh my God, the world's ending.
God.
But
Oh my God, in 2024? What?
I know. But
You
it's
think
a really
your 12-year-old niece would like that one?
yeah, I think this is age appropriate. Yeah, this is actually really. This is a really good movie.
This was on the
I thought
list.
it was really.
This
sweet.
wasn't anywhere else. It's okay. It's okay.
This is. I just thought it was really sweet. It's not gonna win because it's up against Across the Spider-Verse and The Boy and the Heron, but I was really glad that it got nominated because it's a really sweet movie and I really liked it. And then. For a side project, I'm reading a lot of Little House books. So I've been reading kids' books. I'm doing a Little House podcast with a friend.
There you go.
And I got the set of books for Christmas. So I started.
No.
We're actually doing it about the show.
Okay.
So
Okay. I was gonna
but
say,
I
do you
started
have the
reading
original
the books because I got the original books for Christmas, the whole set. So
We're
I started
talking
reading
like
them.
Little House on the Prairie?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Little House on the Prairie. Yeah.
Cool.
So I read Little House in the Big Woods and Little House on the
Amazon
Prairie.
Little House.
I will say, reading them as an
Little House of
adult is an
Horrors.
experience.
Ooh, Amityville Little House.
Little House in Amityville. Okay, now I'm writing that.
They've already done the Dollhouse. They've already done it.
They already did. That's right. They already did the Amityville Dollhouse.
And they
So
did Space.
Little House on the Left?
Horror on the left.
oh man, yeah, Ma just bit that guy's dick off. Reading kids' books as an adult is kind of strange. And man, Charles Ingalls was undiagnosed ADHD, and I don't know how Carolyn didn't kill him. And that's all I gotta say.
Because he was touched by an
about
angel.
that.
No, wait, he wasn't touched by an angel. He was on the highway to heaven.
No, he was. Yeah, he was.
Highway to
No,
heaven.
he wasn't touched. Yeah, he was on the highway to heaven.
He was a teenage werewolf, though.
Yeah. And he had a big valley.
Whoa.
No, he wasn't on Big Valley. What was he on? He was on.
Here's a Bonanza.
He was on Bonanza.
Yeah.
Okay. It was one of those Western shows. Yeah, Bonanza featured his. Yeah, because when he was on Little House on the Prairie, he was constantly taking his shirt off, and he didn't wear
This
underwear
episode
because
is
you
for
could
the
tell Pa
ladies.
Ingalls does not wear underwear on that show at all.
No, how many kids does he have?
Want to let the world know that until this moment, I never knew that was a thing. So you're paying far more attention than I am.
He was always raised in a
So-
barn in his pants.
That was my geeky squeak.
Okay then. Whose underwear did you notice missing, Rich?
Well, I was watching this really great episode with of Murder She Wrote, right? And she was always taking her shirt off.
Wear a bra.
And she was taking her shirt off, and then just no underwear either. It was, and let's just say, she is hung.
Okay, that went places I was not expecting.
There's a reason why she looks like Paul McCartney. So didn't really do a whole heck of a lot of.
She looks like Paul McCartney.
Angela Lansbury.
Maybe I'm amazed.
When she. So for me, it's mainly been some geeky trailers. The new Ghostbusters trailer is just looking even better.
Hey, can I
and
say welcome back, Walter Peck?
exactly. T. Morris from Wish. Yeah, no, we got Walter Peck in there. Walter Peck. And you know, the thing is, like, because I was watching a reaction video to it, and they were saying, oh, maybe he's the mayor because he's wearing the vest and it's a kind of similar office and stuff. And I'm thinking, no, I bet you he's still in charge of the EPA. There's this huge, environmental thing that's happening with everything freezing. And so he's probably coming in trying to take over. And we know that Peck is a jerk. We know he's a jerk. He's the antagonist against the Ghostbusters. But he's also 100% in the right because they've got a freaking unregulated, unlicensed nuclear reactor. Where is the Cobra Kai series about Walter Peck? That's what I want to know. Okay. But the trailer looks fantastic. It's so cool that it looks like all the original guys are going to be in there a lot more. We've got some new folks that are going to be in there, which is excellent. Kumail Nanjiani and Patton Oswalt potentially in the mix for more, hopefully, and James Acosta, who's a British comedian. He's also in there, and at one point they show his logo on his uniform. It's the Ghostbusters logo, but the circle on the outside is a gear. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see what kind of merchandising comes out of that.
Dude,
he had one of the best guest appearances on the Great British Bake Off.
James Acaster?
Yes.
Is it Acosta or Acaster? Something.
I can't remember, but like he baked something that was horrible, and he's like, started baking, had a breakdown, bon appetit. I want to put that on an apron.
You know Hasbro's website where they'll put up, hey guys, if enough people back us, we'll make this. Hasbro's officially making a PK meter and ghost trap.
Oh, very cool.
It looks incredible.
Nice.
Real ghosts not included.
Exactly.
Oh, so I guess what you're saying is that Spirit Halloween lost their merchandising license then for next year.
Hey, we want to get ones for the cosplay people who have money.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
The other trailer that I saw that I am super stoked for, Avatar: The Last Airbender. The live action Avatar trailer looks astounding. Everything about it, I just cannot wait for. It just looks so good.
Okay, cool.
Everything about it, it just does. It looks amazing. And the guy that they got playing Iroh, which is probably one of the toughest things to cast, they got Carol. You probably remember his name. He played Appa in Kim's Convenience, and he's also in the Star Wars series now.
Let me look.
But while you're looking that up, Billy, what trailer were you thinking I was thinking about?
New Jedi Order.
Oh, no. I didn't know that. When did that drop?
I don't know, but I've seen it. It was like
a few days ago. Yeah.
Oh, I am behind then. No, I hadn't seen that.
That looks really good, dude.
Okay, so which
stupid people are gonna hate it?
Which series is that? Like which
This is Rey. This is Rey going off to form a new Jedi Order.
Oh, okay. Wow, they like just announced that there was gonna be a thing, and they dropped a trailer for it already.
Dude, it's 2026. There's a teaser.
Oh, very smart. Very smart on them working on it in secret and stuff like that. Carol, do we have a name?
Paul Sun Hyung Lee.
Yes,
so, yeah,
thank
I do
you.
recognize him.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Yeah. I was thinking actually it was Peter singing, but yeah, it was Paul. But no, he's amazing in everything that he does. So him playing Iroh is going to be good. But they've got Momo, they've got Appa. The bending looks amazing. M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar movie is basically going the way of Highlander 2, in which case it doesn't exist. So I am super stoked for that. But also, speaking of Avatar, the other thing that I've been watching, which if you are a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender, check out The Dragon Prince Mystery of Erebos on Netflix. It is made by the same people who did the Avatar cartoon. It has the same humor, the same style, just as funny of a show as Avatar was, and as also with serious moments in it. And it's amazing. It's a magical world, and it is damn good. And just to give you, they also drop because it's a fictional universe. As opposed to Avatar, which was real, but I don't know. It felt more grounded weirdly, but at one point in time, they're moving on this giant critter, and they're like, "Look in front of us, it's the Oasis." And what you don't realize is that they said it before, is that there's this mysterious wall that surrounds the Oasis. And you have to pass through it, and it keeps all the bad creatures out. So as they're moving across, she says, "Look, the Oasis." So anyway, here's Wonderwall as they go through it. And so they'll do stuff like that. At one point in time, the girl's like, don't you forget about me. Stuff like that. It's just delightful. And just really makes you laugh, just like the original Avatar cartoon did. So I highly recommend it. It is on Netflix. And that has pretty much been my Geeky Week.
Oh, hey, check out those steamed dumplings. Bop. Yeah, that is. So I've been playing. I got this game for Christmas for the Switch. It's Call of Cthulhu, is what it is, and we haven't actually got to the walls getting thin and the mist stuff yet, but some odd things are about, and it's very much like an early 2000s computer point and click kind of game. But hey, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm used to playing games of that nature, and I can't wait to see where the story continues to go. Probably not nearly as weird as it did in Lovecraft Country, but what the hell are you going to do? So 3 years ago, I jumped aboard a Kickstarter. A writer by the name of Desmond Devlin and an illustrator by the name of Tom Richmond, who worked for Mad Magazine, were kind of upset that there was this final Star Wars movie coming out and Mad Magazine didn't exist anymore, and Mad has done parodies of all the films and really should do this. So they decided, hey folks, if we decided to do a bunch of parodies of films that Mad Magazine never ever did, would you be willing to back us? And I did, and I love these guys, but God, they were so naive, because like, yeah, we'll be able to get this thing to you like in a year. It's been years now, because there were some delays, there were some problems, there were some issues. But after 3 years, I have the Claptrap book in my hand.
Oh, wow.
Blues Brothers, they've got Psycho, they've got Goodfellas, they've
Princess
got
Bride.
Yes, Mad never did that. Never ever did that. These guys, while not
and like new movies too, right?
Not like 60s and 70s, man, but they worked with legends that worked at Mad Magazine. They've worked with Al Jaffe. They've worked with Mort Drucker. These guys are legitimate mad people. And on the very front flipping page of our very first story, which of course is a riff of the Blues Brothers that's called the Blues Blunder.
So that's when you're talking about 2000.
When you have the big page that introduces all the characters and they talk about themselves. Here's the moment I want everyone to watch, Rich. Director John Landis here. My sloppy and stupid movie has less of a story than row, row, row your boat. Seriously, you could describe the entire plot of this movie in 4 words, 2 of them being sunglasses and hat. But hey, the way I look at it, any film I make where no one gets beheaded is a success.
Oh.
So
That's bad.
So for all of us cool people, we don't have the book, but for those of you that don't, you can go buy it. And I highly recommend. This is the greatest Mad Super special I've ever had.
John Landis is wrong. I can explain Blues Brothers in 3 words.
Okay.
Mission from God.
Not my fault. So
yeah.
As I showed Carol before we started, I'll show you all. Many of you are familiar with Tom Richmond's work because if you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there was a moment where we see our wonderful character and all the stuff he's been in. Well, he was on that TV show they kept talking about, which did get parodied by Mad Magazine. Movie, they've got a picture of the cover, and so we all get autographed copies of replicas of the cover.
Oh, very cool.
So it is quite funny. If you ever read Mad Magazine at all, I highly recommend you invest yourself some time in it because it's been so very cool.
And the kid really didn't need that 1 semester of college when it comes time.
So the other thing on my list is not something I thought would be on my list at all, and I'm here to tell you I'm kind of surprised at how much I actually enjoyed it. But I have watched season 1 of Peacock's Twisted Metal.
Right?
Based on the video game series
With the ice cream
Metal. Yes. Ice Cream Truck. That game has a TV series with Anthony Mackie as our main character.
And Beatrice, Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What?
Yes. Is in this as well. And again, anything she wants to do, I'm kind of cool with. If you've played the games, obviously they've set up a world for the games. It's not exactly the games. There's plenty of stuff from the games that are in this. Sweet Tooth is in this, and every second he's on screen is worth your time and attention.
Yes.
Every single second.
Played by Samoa Joe, the pro wrestler, fantastically, voiced by Will Arnett, creepily.
Very much so. It is insane. And the season finale for season 1 sets up that season 2 is going to actually be the Twisted Metal tournament that will be taking place. So they spend an entire season building up this world and giving an explanation as to why it is this way, which kind of does make sense. And then next season, they're going to give us the actual video game itself.
I tell you, you watch that back to back with Blood Drive, and you have got yourself the absolute, like, that is like this millennium's version of the original Mad Max movie. Like, it is twisted, it is crazy, it is gory, it is just as B-movie grindhouse as it gets.
It's just as wonderfully stupid as the games get in all those ways that you love so much. There's comedy extraordinaire. Oh, we get to go back to this. Oh my God! Oh, you found CDs there? Yeah. Well, you know, I was going to get rid of them, but I guess we could keep them. And he starts acting like he's going to throw these CDs away, and then he picks up Hanson CD.
That's right. Yes.
And Stephanie Beatrice, she's like, well, I mean, you know, it's okay. You can keep it if you want to. Oh, no, I was going to get rid of it. Should I? It's just like, well, it's going to annoy you at first, but it is going to grow on you. It really is.
Oh, my God. It was so good.
So I was not expecting to like it, let alone be like, oh, my God, this is actually pretty clever. I think I'm a fan. I'm officially a fan of the Twisted Metal television series.
It's because they were unapologetic. They knew exactly what they were doing.
True.
They didn't shy away. They turned into the skid and just rocked it out. And it was like it did what it was supposed to do, and it is a blast.
It is something special.
Those are so satisfying when you can have a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever season 2 wants to come along, I'm right there.
The wonderful Billy Flynn looks at what Chad and Abby are up to now. If you know what TV show they're on this week, you could win yourself a prize. It's your further adventures of Chad and Abby update. Chad has to lead his group away to a new home, and Stefan twists the deviants to do his bidding. Gotta make the mutants just bend to his will. The mutants go after After Chad and the crew, they're adjusting to their new life when Will and Brady play in the woods and learn there's some deviants have captured some beings to make them do work for them. You know, slavery because they're jerks. Stefan sneaks into the camp to learn more, and Chad is saving unissuers and baffling marauders. Chad gets supplies on aisle 6. Abe is ready to be a defender. Abby, who's actually in this, is drawing power for the next battle. They're more than a team. They're like Bolt Malkins. They're like Clack Grimmelkins. They're like Romoggies. Hashtag Chabby. Forever.
Romog?
The mail's in.
Hey, you know, there's some interesting words that I come up.
Yeah, good job with that.
Dearest GRD crew, this year my son gave me a DVD that I had been hinting I wanted for a year and a half. The Hogfather. Not to be outdone by my son's wife handed, not to be outdone, my son's wife handed my wife, she who must be obeyed, a gift wrapped framed photo of an ultrasound. That's from Grandpa Zach.
Aww, yay!
Getting the people in the family.
What, they couldn't have wrapped a baby?
Right? If you want to do a gender reveal party, wrap the goddamn baby up and let people open it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop poisoning the water and all that.
Should I bring my own ceremonial knife? Or are you guys providing?
Congratulations for real.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Hogfather's a hell of a DVD, so congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on that. It's a great movie.
Especially all the times Mr. Tiatimi is on screen. God, his voice was creepy. Hi, geeks. I never expected to win a Guess Where Chad and Abby Are prize. Sorry, I wasn't really prepared. Now, I already have more media content than I can handle, and we still can't get together online for anything, I guess. And I have more computer game content than I can handle. So I guess a digital comic that, you know, it's actually comic will be okay. Any comedy not punching down, I'll probably like. Does that help? Please let me know if you need more from me. Stay safe. We'll try to catch up with you on Twitch. That is from Bill. Well, Bill, check your email. So I sent you a collection of Transformers comics I have. Wait for it. I sent you a collection of Transformers crossover comics I have.
Ooh.
Like Transformers G.I. Joe, like Transformers My Little Pony. So by all means, Bill, enjoy some Transformers comics of varying degrees of interestingness and goodness. Sure, that would be the one. And,
now I'm just picturing Optimus Prime with one of those horse trailers behind him with the My Little Ponies in it.
Nice.
Wow. With the wait, but if he then transforms another part of his body.
Yep, everyone's got to die. But, you know, Energon don't come cheap. That's all I'm saying.
Yum.
Cheap. Well, I really thought I had somebody here that had said where Chad and Abby were last time. So last time, Chad and Abby were on a show called Most Wanted that I didn't really remember at all. So we'll see how this week's goes. Oh, it's February. We were supposed to have picked a winner. Hold on, I did. I knew I was forgetting something. Good Lord. That's right. It's February. It's crazy. Right, because we had Jared. Trina, you got yourself a prize. We will talk. We'll see what you like. You know, Transformers comics. Apparently, I got a good collection of those. Either way, drop yourself a note, won't you please? It's podcast@geekradiodaily.com, or of course, a voicemail, a text message. You just utilize the numbers.
10 GRD crew.
Put your name in the text. It does help. It really does help. Thank you so much for.
Put your name in the text, or it gets the hose again.
A Whovian and a Nuvian walk into a TARDIS
and explore every episode of the classic Doctor Who series.
Join me, podcaster John S. Drew,
and me, writer-editor Jim Beard, as we take apart each story starting from the very beginning in 1963.
And join us on our Facebook page and Twitter, where we continue the discussion with you with historical artifacts from British papers of the time. The Doctor's Beard podcast, released every Saturday around tea time on your favorite podcasting app.
And we'll see you in time and space.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ian from Battlestar Galactica and Anthrax, and you're listening to Geek Radio Daily.
I like how he puts those in the right order. You don't even know where the money is.
Priorities.
Exactly.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Geek News!
semi-geeky point of view.
Kevin Spacey to appear at HorrorCon, sparking controversy. That's not my actual story, but if you're a con and hire Kevin Spacey, you probably don't want the kind of folks who are still fans of him. But I look forward to your other panels, Mixology, The Cosby Way, and How to Get Hired in Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein. But on to my actual story. The devs behind Dwarf Fortress and Deep Rock Galactic are once again uniting to make the very wholesome demand that Steam add a dwarf tag for dwarf games. And this time they want your help. Earlier in January, Deep Rock Galactic studio Ghost Ship Games and Dwarf Fortress port publisher Kit Fox Games started raising demands for a dwarf tag on Steam. Now they've explained in a joint tweet that we have received a response from Steam regarding this issue. The short answer is no, but the real answer is okay, but only after people on Steam start trying to use it as a tag. They go on to say that our friends at Steam say dwarf is not a tag, similar to how elf, centaur, wizard, etc. aren't tags. This is very legit and fair, but the difference is that dwarves are cooler and have a much more dedicated fan base than any of those other mystical creatures. Now, there are in fact other Steam tags referencing mystical creatures, including werewolves and vampires, but those sorts of tags only come into existence once people start manually using them on the Steam store. So next time you see a dwarf game on Steam, go ahead and add the tag manually, the devs say. Over time, Steam will see that we are very serious about the value of a dwarf tag and what it would bring to the platform. Remember that dwarves who stand together are slightly taller than before. And all I have to say is rock and stone, brothers. Make Carl proud.
Do our job for us. You put it in there. Do it.
Well, I'll go next. Speaking of that Kevin Spacey thing, I was blocked by Mad Monster Party, not for commenting on their page, but for commenting on someone else's.
Which is weird. Any place you go on the internet, it's like you're swimming with sharks.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're in some sort of good night of garden moon and evil.
Resignation censures follow in the wake of Hugo Awards controversy. Two leaders of WorldCon Intellectual Property, the nonprofit that holds the service marks of World Science Fiction Society, have reportedly stepped down from their seats following accusations of censorship in the voting process of the 2023 Hugo Awards. In a January 30th statement, WIP officials announced that director Dave McCarty and board chair Kevin Stanley have both resigned from their positions. McCarty was also censured for public comments that have led to harm of the goodwill and value of our marks and for actions of the Hugo Administration Committee of the Chengdu WorldCon that he presided over. Stanley was reprimanded for public comments that mistakenly led people to believe that we are not servicing our marks. In addition, WIP announced that two others, Chen Shi and Ben Yalo, are also censured for actions of the Hugo Administration Committee of the Chengdu WorldCon that they presided over. The statement adds that there may be other actions taken or to be taken that are not in this announcement. The Hugo Awards are the most prestigious honor for the sci-fi fantasy community. The awards, administered by the World Science Fiction Society, are awarded annually at the group's global convention, WorldCon. Last year, the WorldCon was held for the first time in China, in Chengdu. The resignations and disciplinary actions come after the nomination data for the 2023 awards was made public on January 20th, and it was revealed that certain authors and books, including R.F. Kuang's hit novel Babel, have been inexplicably deemed not eligible for the Hugo.
In China? The heck you say?
I know. Amazing. Kuang is a Chinese American, and her work draws heavily from Chinese culture and history. Many fans and authors have speculated that state censorship or self-censorship under the state's watch was the reason for the opaque ineligibility rulings by the Chengdu-based committee. Also deemed ineligible were Chinese-Canadian authors Zhiranje Zhao's, whose book Iron Widow is about China's only female emperor, and writer Paul Weimer, who expressed concerns in 2021 over holding WorldCon 2023 in China. In response to the outcry, McCarty took to Facebook on January 20th and attempted, sometimes curtly, to address hundreds of comments that angered authors, including Neil Gaiman and Silvia Moreno Garcia. An episode of Netflix TV series The Sandman, based on Gaiman's comic series, was also declared ineligible. In addition to the resignations and censures, WIP this week also announced that Don S. Eastlake has been elected the new WIP board chair. So hopefully he will learn a lesson and holds Worldcon in some less censorship areas, and we won't have this problem again.
You know, I'm really surprised. I thought this was going to be A.A. Milne's year.
Well, Carol, you really had the Chinese tea.
Hey now.
Spilling it all over. Guys, just to let you know, China's not going to eat our lunch. They're barely holding on. They're on the brink of bankruptcy. Yes, they censor things, and it's really not all that communist. It's more of a kleptocracy at this point. So,
I mean,
there you go.
They gave Fight Club a somewhat happy ending.
Yeah.
You would think that the downfall of capitalism would be a happy ending for a communist state, but
no, not that way.
No.
But wait, we need to buy their stuff.
Right? Well, China, has their hands in lots of different things, but I don't think they had anything to do with the Mars Ingenuity that malfunctioned recently on Mars. You may have heard of this. January 18th, the little helicopter that went along with the Mars rover that was named Ingenuity was only really ever supposed to be up there for a short amount of time, right? They do the very best they can to predict how long they think it will last. And I mean, Ingenuity far exceeded the expectations. It was on its 72nd landing when the blades of Ingenuity were damaged, the helicopter blades, and it had lost contact temporarily. So they weren't really able to tell exactly what happened, except that by the time they found it, it was all broken up. But it really was only supposed to, it was only supposed to do 5 test flights over 30 days in the original design, but it ended up exceeding all expectations, logging an impressive 72 flights, 14 times further than planned. It racked up a total flight time of 2 hours, and would often fly around with the rover and help to guide it. And it had cameras built in, so it was just really cool. And I know, we were following it as somebody who with a kid who used to be really into space, so a lot of that stuff was news that we've really been interested in. But the fact that it did finally crash or lose power or whatever happened last week, it's kind of interesting. In today's news, the NASA is still trying to determine exactly what happened. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to execute one last spin test, essentially, right? That's going to make it wiggle. I don't know. You can think of it kind of like waving goodbye or doing a little bit of a wiggle jiggle. They're just going to try to adjust the angle of it to determine the extent of the damage. But it's just kind of one last little hurrah from Ingenuity. I mean, I don't know if they're planning to take it off of Mars and recycle the parts, or just kind of leave it up there, But yeah, it's gonna give us one last wiggle, and we'll say goodbye to Ingenuity.
Well, I mean, are there plans for
no parking zone? It parked in a no parking zone, and some Martian came through and just booted that.
Right, just swatted it right out of there. Be like, get out of here, bug.
It's got a Martian boot on it. You gotta pay the fine.
Is Mars Space Philadelphia? Because isn't that what happened to the AI robot, whatever, that was supposed to give out hugs or something like that? Yeah, there was hitchhiking. That's what it was.
It was hitchhiking across the country until it got to Pennsylvania, and then somebody destroyed it.
I think it's fascinating that NASA's going to wiggle it just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And you know what? Red Planet, Red Commies, I bet it was. I think we know who it was. No, but I mean, it went 70 plus missions more than it was anticipated. Yeah. That's amazing. Now that was the one when they launched it and it landed. It was in the big bubble and it bounced and stuff. Okay, I remember when that launched and landed, and it was just oh my gosh, it's another planet again. Woo, go humans.
And it was the first aircraft ever, or kind of craft ever, that ever took off from the surface of another planet.
I mean, human, yeah.
Go humans,
we
leaving
sent
our
out there.
junk everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't our stuff. No, there you go. Miss
They're
Universe.
proud to be
Hello,
American.
hello, look at Miss Universe. Thank you.
Hey, look, we still dominate that competition every year. Earth, 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 Earth.
Take that one, Mars.
Open to everyone. You just got to get your butts to Earth.
those ladies from Mars, you think would have a better shot at that. So tech has reached the point where we seriously have to question, what is reality? Because no one knows exactly how crazy the tech line has been blurred, other than Terry Hatcher, because it's made her quit some dating apps, which really sounds like the strangest Terminator sequel I've ever heard of.
Oh no, which ones is she still on?
Terry doesn't meet people in real life, which led her to trying out dating technology. I've tried them all, and I tried the latest one. I tried Hinge. I thought I'm going to say to the universe that I'm open and vulnerable. I'm putting myself out there. That's what I thought my gesture of joining the Hinge app would be, and they kicked me off. Which, in fairness, I hear they do welcome housewives, just not the desperate ones. She explained that the app apparently thought that she was pretending to be Terry Hatcher. Yeah, people do that. She was booted for pretending to be herself. I complained. I was like, can I have my money back since you kicked me off? They apologized. I was like, I'm over it. So I'm over it. I'm definitely done with the dating apps. I feel like if there's any way I'll go somewhere and meet someone, that's what's going to have to be. Oh, poor her. However will she meet people now? But look, Hatcher's not harboring ill feelings. That's good. Honestly, I'm happy. I have a busy life, beautiful life. I have friends. It's fine. I don't need a man. I have a cat. And Hinge, look, seriously. Your verification system, it's good that you don't want people pretending to be. But when the actual person, I'm just saying maybe your account verification system has to be a little bit better. Because Terry Hatcher's a fake? No, I assure you that she is real and she is spectacular. Check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. Stop by the website at geekradiodaily.com.
Maybe if she got on there and took pictures and she had glasses on, it wouldn't recognize her.
That's not her. That's not her at all. So we'll see for 2 weeks, which is going to be
February 29th.
No, February 15th.
No, February. Okay, no, it's 4 weeks from now that we'll be on leap year.
Then that Friday, we can't play Jackbox, but that Saturday we're playing poker. So come play poker with us. Thank you, Patreon people, for being here. Thank you for everyone that stopped by and saw this. And I'm working on something, but we might do things slightly different next time. I'll tell you more as I know. That'll happen. Podcast geekradiodaily.com, or the numbers are
510 GRD Crew.
Well, here we go again.
You have one chance to live.
Okay, take anything you want.
Thank you.
Take anything!
Now you're gonna tell me where to find the rest of him to this little party pal.
Okay, they all hang out at the pit. Little T-Birds, little potato heads hang out there. And Fun Boy, he lives there upstairs, all right?
Fun boy. A whole jolly club. Jolly pirate Nixon.
Jesus Christ, and a taxi.
Hold still. Each one of these is a life. A life you helped destroy.
Come back now. Don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you. Your job will be to tell the rest of them that death is coming for them. Tonight. Tell them Eric Draven sends his regards.
Look at him. Look at him.
Bitch, I've been looking at him the whole time. It's his birthday, so.
Oh.
So yeah, so
Kel's got a kitty. Hey, kitty.
I've got Brandon.
This is Artemis.
My Artemis.
Right there. Right there. Oh yeah, she does have a cat. Look at that.
You can see the butt or backside of a mini. Nope, that's his butt right there.
Butt side.
You look right there. Look right there.
On the butt side.
Right there.
Hi, kitty.
On the butt side. Oh no.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
I'm not petting you property.
So yeah, like I've sent them like a brief outline of how the show works, detailed explanations for how to play the game.
All right. Cool.
So yeah.
And so, how many of them are there? You said 2 of them. Okay.
No. Getting fur all over me.
She's right up in front of the camera.
They even do Citizen Kane in this book.
Nice. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the stream. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you visit Geek Radio Daily.
I'm ready.
.com to hear the episode and all of the archives in the past. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you all later on
this week.
Oh, they do the Big Lebowski. Okay. Well, considering how late we started, that's not too much over at all. Yay!
I'm so sorry, you guys.